Welcome to another review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the brand new album by the Blackgaze band Mole, or M-O-L, or Mjol. I don't know how you pronounce this one. I've never actually heard anyone say the band name. But yeah, we got Dreamcrush, their third record, and I've honestly was not expecting Dreamcrush to be the way it is. Now, I've not really listened to this band before. This is actually my first time dabbling with this Blackgaze band, but I'm always down for some gaze and black metal because there tend to be a lot of good results. Matter of fact, I can't really think of an awful Blackgaze album on the top of my head because there's just a lot of good elements to bring in it. I feel like you have professional vocalists who can do the black metal scream perfectly. You've got these very spacey guitars that just bring out some really fun dynamics. The drumming was also really cool. There's a lot of cool elements to really nail this sort of sound, and I feel like we get that here with this band. Now, from what I've heard, this is not the band's most liked album from fans, but I think that's a good sign because I think it's still a really solid album, and I am actually curious to try out their earlier works because of it. I really love how this one opens up. Dream is just such an amazing start to this record, and it has so much absolute pure energy that I really enjoy about it. The cool thing with this record is it's one of the Blackgaze albums that does have a lot of black metal vocals, but it also has a lot of cleans as well, and normally with Blackgaze you don't really get that. Deafheaven had one album which was almost entirely cleans, but that was a shoegaze record. Lonely People with Power does have a few songs that have clean vocals, but it tends to be just entirely black metal, like Sunbather. There is just absolute gutting, harsh sounding black metal screams there, but I love the variety here. You're getting some very melodic moments that just bring out more of a shoegaze feel than Blackgaze, but they blend both together. It kind of reminds me of Infinite Granite by Deafheaven. Takes the kind of soft approach, and Lonely People with Power adds the heavy sound of that to it, so you get your tracks like Doberman mixing with your In Blur or something like that. So, or Greater Mass Color, I think is a better choice. There's so many good ideas they bring to this one, and I love the instrumentation. Some songs can just be downright heavy, like Mimic. Some songs can have a really cool different feel than the normal shoegaze, Blackgaze sound, like Crush, which I love the instrumentation on this one, such a good single. Some songs just have some really soft instrumentation and belt out harsh vocals like Young, and HUD kind of does a bit of the opposite, and I like it for that. Garland also being a massive highlight. I really love Dream as well. Dissonance. There is just nothing wrong with this record. It's a solid Blackgaze record that I feel like Mole has shown how they can mature the best of both worlds with the two genre blends here, and it's so lovely. I feel like there's not even a song that dips out of the quality of it. There's a lot of good ideas here. Some of it definitely reminds me of Deafheaven, but then you also get other elements. I even kind of hear small bits of Alcest and even to an extent an Autumn of Crippling Children here and there. I love the ethereal aspect. They really bring out some really cool ideas with this one, and I think this is an album that generally is just such an amazing Blackgaze record, and I hold it up to the same quality as something like Agriculture, the Spiritual Sound from last year, which is downright such a creative, unique Blackgaze experience, and we're getting that here as well. Something that, while I say it's probably not as unique as Agriculture's one, I love the overall aesthetic. It still has this very sharp, piercing feel when it comes to the uncleans, and when you're getting the soft melodic aspect to either the vocals or the instrumentation, it just generally makes you feel you're lifting off into this ethereal threshold, which is just downright sick. I love how this album has so many twists and turns with what it wants to be. It does so much in different ways that it's just so cool. I feel like this is just generally such an amazing example of how you can explore Blackgaze and have kind of your own footprint on it while also being inspired by others, and that's not a problem at all. I think this is just the casual growth of a lot of bands here, and honestly, this is really sick. I like this album a lot. I think it is definitely underrated, and I definitely recommend checking this one out. I'm feeling like I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. It is such a good album, and it is one of the big highlights of 2026 for me. I can see this being a top 10 just because of how sick it is. But there are a few things I would generally like to see a bit more explored, and I guess that's just because I want to see a lot more of the kind of heavier sound, I guess. I want to see what Mole can do when they go all out, or if they kind of push in even more creative ideas, because this is creative enough, but I still feel like it draws elements from other bands, and sometimes I think they could do it better, so that's kind of where I'd see it. But yeah, really sick album. Hope you all enjoy. Thanks so much for watching, and see you guys in the next video.